Welcome everybody back for another episode of Gen XO TV. I'm your host, Allie Rittenhouse, and today we are talking about how you can't win them all. Yes, I know, shocking, right? No matter how much hard work you put into something, no matter how much praying or dreaming or scheming, all of that, sometimes you just can't win them all. And this is a very valuable lesson for business owners, especially women entrepreneurs. Last week, you may or may not know, I found out that I did not win CW Star. And to the disappointment of myself and many other people, we were all kind of shocked that it wasn't me. But guess what? That's life. And sometimes it doesn't matter how much preparation, how much hard work, how much effort you put into something. It may not be the right time for that thing. And I was doing a VIP day just last week as well. And we were talking about how launching can be a lot of effort. And sometimes it doesn't always come out the way that you thought that it might, right? You followed all of the steps in Leverage the Launch formula. You did all of the hard work and you put it out there to the best of your ability. But maybe you didn't see as many signups as you wanted. And you start thinking, well, I've just got to scrap this and I've got to move on to another idea. And that's where you're actually wrong. So you did all of the hard work. You set up everything that needed, still all there. Sometimes we have to look deeper into why something did not happen rather than why it didn't happen because we did all of this hard work, right? So what may have happened is, one, maybe it just wasn't the right time to launch it. You need to relook at that. You need to look at what your list size was. Was it practical to try to get that many people into a program when you only have 150 people to 200 on your list? So there's all of these different factors that always come into play. And it has nothing to do with the hard work that you put into it. It has nothing to do with the fabulous content that you're going to be teaching. Sometimes it's just outside resources or outside circumstances that are affecting that outcome. And you need to really just kind of look into it. And sometimes it might even involve relaunching. So last week, I could have thrown in the towel. I could have not shown up for today's broadcast. And I could have said, well, the CW didn't pick me, so I must not be good enough. But we all know that that's not true. We know that it was a contest and they were specifically looking for something. And maybe I was lacking that very specific thing. Or maybe, just maybe, that there is something bigger that is going to happen. And now I just need to go to my backup plan and look at what things that I can do to make that happen. I know that I am meant to be in front of the camera, that when I get on camera with you, my personality shines. So maybe that it's not for a CW network or for another affiliate of a larger station. Maybe it is that I have this perfect, absolutely great foundation of my show in YouTube to continue bringing this info to you. I'm still looking at my backup plan. I'm still reevaluating what's going to happen, but I'm not giving up. I'm not a quitter, and neither should you be. So think about that. Think about this new service that maybe you put up on your website, but you haven't had any takers on it yet. That doesn't mean that it's not going to change lives and be revolutionary. It simply just means that maybe there is something other, an outside factor that is preventing you from making that happen. So if you are so into your business that you can't figure it out, I encourage you to email me or go to allierittenhouse.com and enter your name and email address. And let's chat about what that outside circumstance could have been and see how we can make it better so that when you relaunch and you bring people into that product. or you tell people about the service on a consult. There are many different ways to try something. Just because you launch it once or you try it once doesn't ever mean that you should give up. In fact, if you didn't get it the first time, maybe you need to just give it a little bit more effort and put another spin on it, and maybe see how you can make it happen for yourself without having an outside resource there to help you. So I guess the idea of today is to never give up. If you believe in something and you know how it is going to change people or change the way that they think in the world, change the way that they fuel their body, you don't ever want to give up. You need to continue striving to put yourself out there. And sometimes maybe the first combination wasn't the right equation to make it happen, but maybe the second time or the third time that you try, it will be. So my leaving you today is, what did you give up on maybe a couple months ago or a year ago? What can you go back and look and see how putting it back out there, how reevaluating it maybe could bring more into your business or spread the word more about what you're doing? You never want to put something out there and then quit and say, I'm done. I'm not going to try that again, right? You might at first. I know Thursday night, I was told to try out again. And I abruptly was like, no, I can't. I'm not, because it was very stressful. And I don't know that I will try out for CW Star again. But what I do know, and what it even confirmed for me more, is that I need to be in whatever way I'm making that happen. So my backup plan is to continue to pursue my love of vlogging, my love of bringing everybody messages and putting it out there. So relook at something that you launched and maybe didn't, rearrange it a little bit to make it even better, even more awesome, even more what you dreamed. This has been Allie Rittenhouse for another episode of Gen XO TV. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to share it with all of your friends. There's very simple share. And leave a comment letting me know that you watched and you checked it out. I always love to be able to see who my viewers are. Again, this has been Allie Rittenhouse, and I'll see you again next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern for Gen XO TV. Have a great afternoon.